I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. The NAZIYAH Harris case. Shannon didn't send the text messages. Charlotte little boy gifted a new bike after getting arrested for reckless driving while riding his bike. Salute to the chat. Salute to all my moderators. Salute to the replay gang. Let me read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Now, I brought you all this story about the little boy in Charlotte who was arrested for driving reckless while riding his bike. So I do have a late update. I got the latest update for you all. So let's just jump into the latest update in this case. His mom speaks out, and also one of the big brothers that came to his, I'm going to say his rescue, gifted him a bike. I see the chat. I'll entertain the chat in a minute. Give me a minute, y'all.
Charlotte mother says her 12-year-old son is traumatized after police handcuffed him and took him to jail. They say the boy was charged with reckless driving while riding his bicycle last weekend. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Brian Blakely. The mother and her son claim that he was just out for a ride with friends. Queen City News reporter David Schumann spoke to them about how he ended up in the back of a squad car.
A stranger recorded this video of Prince Irvin handcuffed in the back of a CMPD car on Sunday. Bystanders questioned officers about what was going on.
What crime did he commit?
Reckless driving.
Reckless driving on a bicycle.
Yes.
Did he hit a car?
Prince's mom, Jasmine, says she picked her son up at the jailhouse after a panicked call from one of his friends.
Terrified, traumatized. That's how he feels. He shouldn't have to.
Prince says he was riding his bike in Uptown with a group of more than 50 people, kids and adults. He noticed the police car trailing them for a few blocks. Prince says the lights flipped on and a chase began.
He hit the back of my friend's bike. Like he tried to hit him off the bike, basically. I was not going to stay there so they could do the same to me.
In South End, and now alone, Prince says officers caught up to him when he blew a tire.
When I was putting my hands behind my back, I was on the ground. So when they was picking me up, they was still like manhandling me. Like
Jasmine says the experience has taken away her child's innocence.
You gonna run, you going home to your mother. You want to feel safe and protected. This big man chasing you with a car and you a little boy on a bike. What you think he gonna do to you if he already hitting your friends?
Information on the case is limited because Prince is a minor, but Charlotte-Mecklenburg police say in a statement, officers acted to ensure the safety of the individual seen in the video based on the circumstances at the time. The department regularly responds to reports of individuals riding bicycles in a manner that poses a danger to themselves or others on city roadways. This arrest comes 3 years after the city cracked down on large groups of young bicycle riders, some who were accused of playing chicken with traffic and sometimes using violence against drivers. Prince and his mother say Sunday's incident was not related to any gang and he was just out for a ride. Prince hasn't gotten his bike back, but in a remarkable act of kindness, the man who recorded the arrest bought Prince a new one. Prince and Jasmine are both grateful.
He's a child. He's a little black boy. He is mine and he is somebody. And that's what I want these people to know. They're not going to do my son like that because that is not okay. He's not an animal.
In Charlotte, David Schumann.
Now, let's chop it up a little bit, you all. The first thing that I noticed is how they called the big brother, they called the man that came to the young boy's rescue. They referred to him as a stranger, right? Now, whenever black men are doing anything wrong, they're going to make sure they have that black man's identity. You're going to know that black man's name. You're going to know his criminal background. But when the black man does something good, in this case, they refer to him as a stranger, right? This is how you know that the news knows the identity of the man that came to his rescue and brought him the bike, because they got this video footage off of his TikTok page. His TikTok page is Scooter Bless. So let's refer to the stranger by his identity, by his name. His name is Scooter Bless. So for any of you all that want to know the identity of the man that came to the young boy's rescue and brought a new bike, which I think was a wonderful thing to do, that's a picture of Scooter Bless and the little boy with the new bike. A big shout out to Scooter Bless. Can I get everybody to hashtag Scooter Bless? And make sure y'all go on over to his TikTok and show him some love and some support on his TikTok. But that's a new bike. Big shout out to you, brother, for stepping in. Now, let me come to my chat. Is that officer being penalized? That is not okay. Why is he manhandling that baby like that? I'm not sure. But I'll keep y'all up to date on this case. What adults let these babies go through this mess? Exactly. And you heard the little boy say that he hit his friend's bike. Like, way to go, officers. Very, very tough of you guys to do this to this little boy. You know, it's sad. It shouldn't have never happened. And then for you to handcuff him. I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out in court. I'm just so curious. Now, if he was in a crowd of other people riding bikes, I believe up to 50 people, and I'm sure that there were, even though it wouldn't be justified, but I'm sure that there were older teens, possibility some adults that was in that crowd riding the bikes. I see it all the time. When I'm driving in and out of Charlotte, I see them all the time. And I see little boys, I see big teenagers, I see adults. You know, but to hit the bike of a little boy, you could have took that little boy's life for riding bikes. That's not good policing at all. It's not. But once again, when it comes to Black people, we're always met with excessive force. We see these situations all the time, and then they'll dress it up. Well, they should have just came back and seen. They shouldn't have did what they did, or they should have just listened to the police, or they should have been home, or why did they do this, or why did they do that? The same reason any other race of people break the law and don't get treated with excessive force. We want the same for our people. Becoming a police officer doesn't give you a right to abuse your power on an ego trip. You wanted to intimidate this little boy. You wanted to intimidate him. But he got a new bike. I'm sure the mom will sue, as she should. And I think that the cop should lose his job. He'll go to another county and be hired, but get him off this force. Let me see what my chat is saying before I move on. I see you, Miss Fluffy. Yes, and now they are targeting young black males, trying to give them a record at a young age. I'm right there with you, Shank. I believe that cop should not be a cop if he can endanger a baby's life like that. What is he going to go to grown adults? And it's just, it's sad, y'all. It's sad. Like, where are the officer friendlies at? I grew up with a whole lot of officer friendlies where they would get active in the community. They would walk the community. They would earn the respect of the folks that was in the community, even when we were doing wrong. And when we would see the officer friendly, we would see the cops, we would knew to whatever it was that we was doing, we would knew to stop and give officer friendly, give those officers their respect. And those officer friendlies used to talk with us. They're still around. Let me make it clear. Let me make it clear, because I don't want to bash all cops for this cop's bad behavior. There are some officer friendlies still out there that, you know, build a relationship, build a friendship with the community. You see it all the time. You see the videos that they show. You'll see the cops out there playing football with them, basketball. A couple videos I saw, it was a cop. I seen two cops, separate occasions, but they were boxing. They were in a boxing match with the folks in the community. And it was just that bond that they build with those people in that community. And they love that cop. They love that cop. They are in a power trip nowadays. These are sad times we are living in. ICE detaining black people in Chicago. I seen that. Now they can round up black people all they want. Go ahead and detain us and deport us to another country. Go ahead and get all the black Americans out of this country. See what's going to become of this country. Leave black people alone. Very little though, Shank. The ones who are supposed to protect us are harming our children. We used to greet officers and request stickers from them growing up. Now we don't want nothing from them but our freedom. That's facts. I mean, that's facts. Like I said, you know, I had a lot of officer friendlies, you know, that knew my name. And when something would happen, they come knocking on the door. They see us out in the neighborhood, even when we was up to no good. When those particular officers that were cool, when they came by, we gave them their respect. And whatever it is that we was doing that we ain't had no business doing, we stopped. Because that officer earned that respect from us. We need more officers like Officer Tommy Norman from Little Rock, Arkansas. And I seen Officer Tommy, I seen he ran into a domestic dispute down there in Little Rock, Arkansas. But for me, it don't take away from the work that Officer Tommy put in. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. So shout out to Officer Tommy. But he has ran into some a domestic violence dispute. I see you, mate. Hello, I love you and Miss Parker, and we love you back. So I'm going to switch lanes. I'm going to go to these text messages from NAZIYAH and Jarvis. So let me just backtrack this clip for those that just pulled up, and then we're going to move on to these text messages. Some believe that is Shannon. Some believe that is not Shannon.
Says her 12-year-old son is traumatized after police handcuffed him and took him to jail. They say the boy was charged with reckless driving while riding his bicycle last weekend. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Brian Blakely. The mother and her son claimed that he was just out for a ride with friends. Queen City News reporter David Schumann spoke to them about how he ended up in the back of a squad car.
A stranger recorded this video of Prince Irvin handcuffed in the back of a CMPD car on Sunday. Bystanders questioned officers about what was going on.
What crime he committed?
Reckless driving.
Reckless driving on a bicycle. Did he hit a car?
Prince's mom, Jasmine, says she picked her son up at the jailhouse after a panicked call from one of his friends.
Terrified, traumatized. That's how he feels. He shouldn't have to.
Prince says he was riding his bike in Uptown with a group of more than 50 people, kids and adults. He noticed a police car trailing them for a few blocks. Prince says the lights flipped on and a chase began.
He hit the back of my friend's bike. Like he tried to hit him off the bike, basically. I was not going to stay there so they could do the same to me.
In South End, and now alone, Prince says officers caught up to him when he blew a tire.
When I was putting my hands behind my back, I was on the ground. So when they was picking me up, they was still like manhandling me.
Jasmine says the experience has taken away her child's innocence.
You gonna run, you going home to your mother. You wanna feel safe and protected. This big man chasing you with a car and you a little boy on a bike. What you think he gonna do to you if he already hitting your friends?
Information on the case is limited because Prince is a minor, but Charlotte Mecklenburg police say in a statement, officers acted to ensure the safety of the individual seen in the video based on the circumstances at the time. The department regularly responds to reports of individuals riding bicycles in a manner that poses a danger to themselves or others on city roadways. This arrest comes 3 years after the city cracked down on large groups of young bicycle riders, some who were accused of chicken with traffic and sometimes use violence against her.
Now, let me slide in real quick, okay? Now, the police acted for the safety of the little boy, right? That's what the news is saying. Okay, well, why not once you got the boy off the bike, why not write the boy a citation, or why not get the little boy's information? Hey, young man, you know that you can get hurt. This is dangerous. What are you doing? Do you have a cell phone number of your parents so I could call your parents up and let your parents know what is going on? He had his mother's phone number, the cell phone number. Okay, you get the phone number for the mom or the dad, and you call the mom and dad up and you say, hey, this is Officer so-and-so, and I just want you to know that I just stopped your son because your son was riding dangerous, or your son was riding reckless in the street, and I just stopped him for his safety. That would have been the way to handle it, if that's what you stopped them for, according to the police department's report on why the police officer stopped them. You know, you don't hit one of the little boy's bike, and then when this little boy stops, you don't put him in handcuffs and lock him up and charge him with reckless driving. What the hell is wrong with y'all, man? I mean, it's just the straight up blatant disrespect for us. What's really good? Y'all hate us that much? Y'all dislike us that much? Shout out to all of the non-blacks that aren't racist. I gotta make that an announcement, because there are a lot of non-blacks that see what is going on with us, and they're tired. So shout out to the non-blacks that aren't racist. But this is a piece of work right here. And then for the police department to come and issue that BS statement. Oh, well, the cops, he acted because of, the safety of the little boy. That's BS. If that was the case, he would have contacted the little boy's mom and let the little boy's mom know that he saved him or he stopped him because he was in the street driving and he felt as though it wasn't safe for the little boy. So y'all could keep all that. And that's why, once again, shout out to all the content creators on all social media platforms that bring these kind of stories to light. Because if it wasn't for us content creators on these social media platforms, we would never get the facts. We will only get the BS version that they want us to get. So to all content creators, keep doing y'all thing. Because it's us that keep these stories out there in the algorithm. It's so messed up that they got the video from Scooter Bless TikTok, but they referred to Scooter Bless as a stranger. We tired. Common sense for real. They don't see black kids and children. Let's support our content creators. Please like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Share this demonstration. Reckless driving a bicycle is crazy work. That cop might, but can't speak for the rest. Happy Friday. I see you, Lisa. He was bullying them. What if that baby would have fell off his bike when he hit his bike and the worst would happen? Then what would have been his reason? Facts. I see you, Cynthia. He's not a stranger. He's a normal human being just like everybody else. Yes, they should have tracked down that child's parents immediately, but not give credit to the source where the video came from. Scooter Bless. His name's Scooter Bless, and he did the right thing. But y'all want to refer to him as a stranger. Y'all full of ish.
Prince and his mother say Sunday's incident was not related to any gang, and he was just out for a ride. Prince hasn't gotten his bike back, but in a remarkable act of kindness, the man who recorded the arrest bought Prince a new one. Prince and Jasmine are both grateful.
He's a child. He's a little black boy. He is mine, and he is somebody. And that's what I want these people to know. They're not going to do my son like that because that is not okay. He's not an animal.
In Charlotte, David Schumann, Queen City News.
You lock the little boy up. Man, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Y'all really ought to be ashamed of yourself. They really ought to be ashamed of themselves. Give me a few seconds, y'all, while I upload this video of Shannon's preliminary as she talks about the text messages. And I'll let everyone know. And of course, I will drop the link. This is an open panel. Anybody want to join me on a panel, feel free to join me on the panel. All right, y'all. So, me and a lot of other people feel as though some of these text messages between Jarvis and NAZIYAH is Shannon. But there are those that feel like these text messages are all from NAZIYAH. Now, where I'm at in the case, okay, I want to hear from those that disagree with my opinion. Okay, so when you hear me, I talk about I believe Shannon sent some of the messages. So now I'm backtracking because more than one person had said to me, Shannon, I don't think Shannon sent any of those text messages. If you think NAZIYAH Harris sent all of the text messages and Shannon didn't send none, drop a 1. Let me see how many people I got in here that disagree with me. Drop a 1 if you feel like Shannon didn't send any of those text messages, because I want to get some comments from you guys to maybe help me see something that I'm missing. Anybody that believes Shannon didn't send, okay, so we got 1 so far. Okay. You're welcome to come on a panel with me, Messa, but if you don't want to come on a panel, that's fine. But if you can share with me, why you feel as though Shannon didn't send any of the messages. Anybody that feels that Shannon didn't send it, those are the ones that I want to join me on the panel, because I want to get y'all take on this. Maybe I'm missing something. Like I said, the one message that I believe Shannon sent was that message about how you like your women. Salute, Key.
Hey, I want to say this. Oh, I hate when I get tongue twisted. I would kind of say, in my opinion, I feel like it's like a 50-50 thing. And my 50-50 coming in as we don't know how the words were spelled. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because NAZIYAH might text one way, Shannon might use her words another way. So it's like a 50-50, like, you know, we don't know how the words was being spelled out and how she was using her words versus the way Shannon texts. Like, as far as words, like, you know, some people might use for the S word SHYT, but Shannon might put SH, spell it the right way. So it just all depends on the messages and how they was formed out. But the one with, with Shannon, not Shannon, with the do you like fat girls or skinny girls or big girls, I believe that was Shannon.
Right. That because why would NAZIYAH ask that? Because number one, NAZIYAH's skinny. So I could.
No, my bad, Frank. I was gonna say, or NAZIYAH was looking to recruit to see which one he preferred.
I like that. And that's the importance of having these kind of dialogues. I didn't look at it like that. Say it one more time. No,
I was saying she could have probably been trying to recruit. So they probably had some type of side conversation when they was around each other, and him probably saying what type of I ain't gonna say him saying it, or they probably just had some type of side conversation about somebody else or something like that for her to say, do you like them skinny or big?
Let me say this. Drop a 3, because in my opinion, that's a good observation. Drop a 3 if you feel like NAZIYAH could have sent the text message because she was recruiting. And that's her asking Jarvis, how you like them? How you want me to get them for you? Good observation. You come back in, Key.
Oh no, I'm here. But yeah,
let me read some. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, that's like, one scenario was, she might be trying to recruit. And then again, Shannon probably been seeing that they engaging in one another, and Shannon's just trying to see. And that's probably why she lost all that weight, because he say he wanted small. And that's probably why she started losing weight, probably, trying to get him to look at her more. So
it could go both ways.
Reasons. Well, it could be a lot of different reasons.
Okay, now, and this is for everyone. And once again, y'all, I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no disrespect. I know that this is a sensitive topic, but I do have to ask certain questions and I do have to bring up certain things. So I don't mean to offend anyone, okay? We're just chopping it up. That's all. Okay. Some feel as though NAZIYAH was fast. Now, if she was fast, I'm not saying that she was, but if she was fast, then this mature conversation between her and Jarvis would make sense. What is your thoughts on that?
I mean, me personally, I don't look at a 12-year-old child. Just, you get what I'm saying, being fast. Now, I done seen some 12-year-old girls that's grown. You feel what I'm saying? But like,
Stop right
fast,
there. Stop right there though. What's the difference for those that may not know? What's the difference between a 12-year-old girl being grown and a 12-year-old girl being fast? Break it down. What's the difference?
I would say fast and grown, like a fast one, wearing little clothes that's not appropriate for your age, and wanting to hang around boys or men. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to hang around boys and men. You want to you watching these movies and you watching this stuff and you seeing what these grown people doing, so you want to be grown. Fast is hold on, did I just say fast? Okay, the first one I said something about being grown.
No, the first one was being fast. That was
fast. Okay, grown is when you're hanging around these folks and you get what I'm saying. You or somebody that says something and you like it, and now you want to participate and you want to go along with what they telling you. Like, ooh, when you get older, you're gonna be fine and pretty and stuff like that. So now your mind feeling like, oh well, I already feel a little grown and feel a little old. So you get what I'm saying? Like, that's my difference between being grown and being fast.
Let me slide in. Me, and this is just me, they're one and the same. You being grown, you being fast. Drop a 4. Drop a 4 if you feel like grown and fast is the same. Drop a 5 if you think they're different. Drop a 4 if you think they're the same. Drop a 5 if you think they're different. Okay, I see some 4s. I see some 4s. Okay, I see 1 5. Elaborate, April. Elaborate why you think they are different. Amber thinks they're different. The real with minor think they. Explain to me why you think that they're different. I think grown is verbal and fast is sexual. That's a good observation. I can accept that. I think grown is verbal and fast is sexual. I can accept that.
Yes, because I'm gonna tell you something. Like me being I'm gonna say a 14-year-old. I ain't gonna say a 12-year-old, but me. Okay, let's take it back when I was 12. Like, I was thinking, like, you get what I'm saying? Because I see, older people or older girls, let's say like my sister, something like that, like, they talking to people and
You went out, Keisha. You went out, Keisha.
Shank, you can hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that was my husband. But like I was saying, I remember when I was that age, like I was being fast. I'm gonna say I was being fast because I was, you get what I'm saying? I was in engaging, like not in like no sexual stuff, but like, talking to people, and by me, for as long as I can remember, like I was a child, but I was kind of almost built up like a grown woman. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm a child, and it's not right, but a man can say something, or a boy can say something to me that sounds pleasing and appealing, because I'm feeling like, oh, it's the right thing, and it's not the right thing. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm being fast as far as going along with what you're telling me. Now, come on, let's fast forward up. Now I'm older. Now I'm being grown. I ain't being fast no more. Now I'm being grown, and I'm starting to do. Well, I ain't started having sex till I was like way older, but I'm just saying, like, you get what I'm saying? The little boo-boo kitty stuff. Where you wanna, yeah, just
I know.
yeah.
Hey, look, I know where you at. I know where you at, and you can say it. We grown over here, and you can say it if you want. But I know exactly what you're saying, because I mean, let's just be honest. Many women grew up both, whether they were fast or whether they were grown, whether they were 12 and 13 years old, uh, 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 sexually involved, or whether they were grown dressing.
Yes.
I will say this: in my day and time, I ran across some women. I mean, my bad, y'all, my bad. I ran across some girls that were 13, 12, and 14 that dressed grown, but they were still virgins.
Yep, that was me. And for the longest, like I used to wear short shorts, like real short shorts. But I was still 13, 14, you get what I'm saying, years old, but that wasn't appropriate for me being a child. And I mean, we can blame my mama too, but I'm just saying I was wearing shorts and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna say I can just blame my mom, because I was sneaking out the house with those shorts. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so at that age, that's what I was doing. But like as I got older, I'm gonna say maybe like I think 16 or something like that. Like I stopped doing it because one time I attracted the wrong thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So that's what made me like stop wearing shorts and stuff like that. Because like I said, I'm already built up. People think I'm older than what I am, but really I'm a child.
Right.
So, but
let me grab this real quick. Let me grab it. Shelly says it's all the same, just two different words. Because when the elders would fuss, they use both words in the same sentence. Right. But I do accept I forgot who that was that broke it down by saying fast is sexual and grown is, I forgot what y'all said. Let's go to these text messages, y'all. Let's tap into some of these text messages.
Self-serve ads platform. It's easy to ever sign up today.
Come on. What the?
Sergeant Sullivan talking about in this interview?
NAZIYAH Harris.
Okay. And if there's someone else.
21 NAZIYAH says.
And are there any other messages to Jarvis after that? Mr. Butt's phone?
No.
Okay. And now, do those indicate whether or not they were deleted?
Yes.
Okay. And how many of those were deleted? Or how many of them were not deleted? That's the better question.
Looks like all of them were deleted except for the one where she was, the very beginning, she had actually texted somebody else, which I believe might have been Shannon's phone at the time, saying, "Baldhead Janiyah, come here." But all the messages between the 8719, which is Jarvis's number, are marked on here as deleted except, let's see. On September 30th, the "Hey Boo, you coming over?" And the "You coming" text, those ones were not deleted and still show up here.
Okay, so those last two.
Yes.
All right. Let me slide in. Now, that was a text message from NAZIYAH. "Hey, boo, are you still coming over?" And also, it was saved in NAZIYAH's phone under Jarvis's name, Bay for Life. Now, what are y'all thoughts on the name that she had for Jarvis, Bay for Life? Is that grown? Is that fast? Or is that something that's childish?
It was both.
Both?
To me, it was both. That was both. But you gotta understand though, like that child was being groomed. So at the end of the day, she was 12. She didn't know no better. She didn't know no better. And so it's like I kind of, like me personally, like I be hating to like, you know, kind of say like, I ain't gonna say the wrong thing, but bad things to, you know, make her look bad, or, you know, not even just make her look bad, but make her feel bad, because it's like, how could I say this or say that, or, you know, sorry, to make her feel bad when she didn't know, like this was just something that she was being taught. Like, because every child is innocent. Like, you're innocent, like, when you're a child. So I kind of like hate to say kind of, you know, bad stuff, because she didn't know no better as far as that. Like, we, like, being a child, like, you don't really know no better. Like, you really only know what you were taught. So it's sensitive. I just don't want to say, like, I want to say it, but I don't want to say it. Okay. I don't know, Shank. I'm going to pass on that one.
Let me come to the chat, y'all, real quick. Let me jump in the chat and see what the chat's saying. It ain't too much different between the "to be the real." Now that can be her. Yes, that's fast. She a kid. That's a grown man. I think she thought Jarvis was different than the uncle or other abusers. Jarvis only look up when it's the truth. Look at his body language, his eyes. Now that's facts, Shay. I peeped that. Yes, both. All Jarvis victims look like they've been through the same thing. It's like he could smell that trauma on them, you know. Coffee Girl says all the above. At 12 or 13 should not be no grown or fast. Now, speaking of the age 13, right? Now let's flip the coin, okay? We're saying that at 12 and 13, NAZIYAH was groomed. NAZIYAH didn't know no better, right? Well, can we say the same thing for Jarvis? Because remember, and I'm not excusing Jarvis, I'm not taking up for Jarvis, But what I'm saying is the 13-year-old Jarvis was a victim, right? Can we say the same thing? Go ahead, Keisha.
Yeah and no. And no, my answer is no. And it's because my opinion, if some stuff was done to you and you know how that affected you and you know how that made you feel, why do you want to wear your pain on all of these people? Like, it don't, two rights don't make a wrong. So with
You're
that being
correct.
said,
Let me slide in. I'm not speaking on the adult Jarvis. I'm not speaking on the adult Jarvis. I'm speaking on the child Jarvis. What? So now let's
yeah,
put Jarvis.
that's who I'm speaking on. The child him.
Okay, so because I can't remember who it was, but and I heard it several times when we discussed this, and I'm gonna try my best to get to the chat, y'all. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna try my best to get y'all in the chat. I see y'all comments. Many women feel like for a 13-year-old boy to be appropriately touched by a grown woman, many women feel like that's a trophy. That's a badge of honor, but it's not. And I'm gonna explain to y'all why it's not a badge of honor. At 13 years old, a man's best friend hasn't fully developed. At 13 years old, his best friend is not in a size where it's though it can compete with a grown woman. If y'all know what I'm saying. Men, boys, and this is an adult conversation. I don't mean no harm, no disrespect, but males, boys or men, we take pride in smashing. We take pride in beating it up. That strokes our ego. That really does something to our ego. Yeah, I beat it up. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now you take a 13-year-old, his best friend ain't, nowhere near hitting a grown woman's walls. And I know somebody gonna say, but Shane, some 13-year-old boys, their best friend is. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. At 13 years old, a 13-year-old boy and his best friend ain't beating up no grown woman. The plane that I'm landing is the trauma that the 13-year-old Jarvis went through. He never got any help for it. So he wasn't able to heal from that. So let's come back to NAZIYAH. Now, NAZIYAH is 12 or 13 years old. These text messages, could NAZIYAH been fast? Could NAZIYAH been grown enough or both to send these text messages?
I want to say yes, but I'm going to also keep on saying no. Because, I mean, it's possible. Like, I'm pretty sure we kind of almost see it every day. I mean, it's possible, but still in all, I feel as if she was groomed. Like, you had to be she was around, she was around to listen at what people talking, talk and say and all this and that. And a lot of stuff too, like social media got got heads like thrown away. Like as far as that, I mean, with kids, because back in our time, like we didn't have all of, well, we had MySpace, but it wasn't all so bad. How, you know, like we and back then we kind of like had dial-up internet and stuff like that. Like the internet wasn't just all so good to where we can just be online all day and stuff like that. We had to be at school and type in proxy addresses and stuff like that, you know, to look at certain stuff. Like now everything is just like an open book. Like we can get on our phone and we can type up some stuff and we can see stuff and we can watch stuff. So I mean, not saying that I don't know, but I don't know. I'm trying to say something, but it's like I can't really like get my words out to make my words out on what I'm really like trying to say. But I mean, she was groomed. Whether that was from Jarvis, from her family, them, from social media, like it was just she was groomed. She was groomed, but most so from the family and Jarvis. But the social media probably, you know, and seeing what folks be doing, they probably just put a little icing on the cake. But at the same time, too, like this something that was been going on with their family, so she was taught that.
Let me tap back to these text messages, y'all.
Now, going through people's Exhibit 16 messages, as it relates to the 231-743-3137. Oh, I'm sorry, before that, without telling us Naziya's actual birthday, in September 24th, 2022, what age had Naziya just turned?
In 22,
yes,
she would have just turned 12.
Now, do you have a set of these the messages from the 231 number?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to go through those. And there are sections that are highlighted. And I want to follow along. What is the first message that is sent?
It is sent on March 4, 2023 at 23:35 UTC. It's sent to Jarvis's 8719 number, and it says, "It's me, Naziya."
Okay. And just for clarification purposes, all the messages within this exhibit are sent to Jarvis's 8719 number.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to jump to March 16th of 2023. There's a highlighted message there. Can you read that one?
Yeah. So just before that, the UTC time on here, just so I'm not having the math throughout, from March 10th to November 3rd, it would be -4 hours. So any date that falls within those days would be -4. Any dates outside of those ranges would be -5 hours.
You said that's
But I'm going to read it off of here with the time is stamped and date.
okay. You said that's March 10th through November
3rd.
Okay, that's -4 UTC.
-4, yes.
Okay. So continue with that.
Yep, so March 16th, 2023 at 0006 hours, she receives a message from Jarvis that says, "Stop messing with people and just be mine."
And was that deleted?
No.
Now, moving on to
Now, and it will be a text message that Naziya will send that will say to Jarvis, "I promise I'm not messing with nobody else. You're the only one that I've been messing with." Think about it. No telling what she was exposed to from a toddler on up, even before she got with them. Shaking my head is sad. Right. She's listening to what other women say and what they call their man, and grown and fast. That's true. Why would she have to identify herself to Jarvis if the message was coming from her phone? True. Now, Cynthia, you know I can barely pronounce English. Ain't nowhere in the world I know how to pronounce a German word. Cynthia, I'm gonna matter of fact, let me put the chat on time out because of Cynthia. Cynthia knows I can't pronounce English good. She gonna have a nerve to hit me with a German word. Coffee Girl says, had it not needed. People think kids are so innocent. You have kids in elementary school. And that's true, Alma. That's true. That's true now. Jarvis told us in his interrogation, he don't even know about those messages. So what that tell you? Jarvis realized he was being played. You know that's where I'm at, Davida. Now, I'm not saying NAZIYAH, okay? But let me just say this. And I don't know if Coffee Girl remembered this case, but I did cover a case about a year ago or 2 years ago. And I had the grandmom on here. And the little girl was out sleeping with these guys. And they were coming in my chat. And they were saying, you know, man, the girl, she all right. She just out hoeing. And I was like, oh, whoa. You know, and everybody else was like, no, that little girl got kidnapped and this, that. However, I believe the girl was 14. However, it did come out that the girl did run away and the girl was with an older man. And they had text messages of this little girl and this older man. And the little girl was in those text messages. That little girl was grown. That little girl was fast. I'm not saying NAZIYAH, y'all. I'm not saying NAZIYAH. I'm just trying to get some clarification and just trying to put pieces to the puzzle together. So Cynthia says, it's some kind of legal term for jury discussions. Shank, forgive me, please. Nah, I ain't forgiving you, Cynthia. I'm not going to forgive you, Cynthia. I ain't even going to try to pronounce this word. Y'all leave Shank Rock alone. Leave me alone. See, don't be punishing us because your funky ass can't pronounce words, Shank. Everybody, thank Erica. And I thought we was going to get through this demonstration without me having to show Jarvis's stable of women. So make sure everybody thank Erica for the infamous picture of Jarvis's stable of women. We appreciate you, Erica. And I'm going to drop the link. I mean, if anybody else want to join me, come on up.
Shane, have you thought about this? What if Shannon was, talking to Jarvis and saying certain things to him like, oh, NAZIYAH running around here being fast or talking to this boy or something like that for him to text her to say, just be all mine. And, Shannon knowing that he's leaning towards NAZIYAH and, she's trying to stir up the pot with him. For him to be texting her saying all of that.
Right. And that's true. That was brought to my attention several times. Shannon could have been behind the scenes stirring these things up, because we all believe that Shannon been new. She been new. So Shannon could have been behind the scenes quarterbacking everything. In my opinion, I think NAZIYAH sent that text message to Jarvis about just give her some. Just, you know what I'm saying? And I think Shannon had been saw that message. I ain't fooling with you, Coffee Girl. I ain't fooling with you today, Coffee Girl. So, but let's tap back.
Moving on to May 3rd, 2023. There's a set of highlighted messages. Can you read those?
Yeah, so these messages are May 3rd, 2023, starting at 15:06. Jarvis sends a message that says, "I'm coming to get you." Immediately after, NAZIYAH replies, "What you mean?" Jarvis then replies to her, "You heard me." Immediately after that, NAZIYAH replies to Jarvis, "You can't do that." Then sends another message immediately after, which is now still 15:07 hours, that says, "I'm finna go to lunch, love you."
And were any of those messages deleted?
No.
Now moving to May 30th of 2023.
May 30th, 2023 at 13:01 hours, she sends a message to Jarvis that says, "I miss you." At 13:02 hours, he replies back the letters "I am you" and then the number 2.
And were either of those deleted?
No.
And what about starting with May 31st of 2023?
May 31st, 2023, this is at 13:37 hours. He sends her a message that says, "I can't stop thinking about you either." The next message then goes and starts is now June 5th, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. Well, 11:59 UTC. She sends a message to Jarvis. "Hey, you may think I'm ignoring you, but I'm not. My phone broke." At 12 o'clock, another message is sent. "So I will text you off this number." At 12:01, same date, she sends him a message. "Are you mad at me?" At 12:01, he replies back to her, "Yes." At 12:02, she replies back the letter Y. At 12:03, she sends, "Please don't be mad." At 12:04, she sends, "Can you tell me why you mad at me, yes or no?" At 12:05, he replies to her saying, "I haven't seen or talked to you."
Okay. Now first, were any of those deleted?
No.
Okay. Now I want to actually go to one that I did not highlight. 12:08, June 5th, 12:08 and 28 UTC through June 5th, 12:08 and 49 UTC. Can you read those?
Those 3?
Yes.
Okay, so June 5th, 2023, 12:08, 28 seconds. He sends her a message with the letters WYA. At 12:08, 35 seconds, she replies, "School." 12:08, 49, he sends her a message that says, "I'm at your house."
And I want to go, actually, you keep reading through June 5th at 12:09. Oh. 12:09 and 4.
Coffee girl, I told you, I'm not fooling with you today. Now she gonna send a super chat because she know I gotta answer the super chat. Appreciate you for this super chat, coffee girl. And I cannot pronounce. Keisha, help me pronounce this German word. Lord
Vordier,
have mercy.
Vordar.
Vordier. Did I pronounce it right?
I don't know.
That, that
That's
damn
what it seems
coffee
like you
girl.
say. Vordier, Fordier.
Did I pronounce it right? Yeah, Trelane. Please tell your aunt Trelane to leave me alone. Damn coffee girl.
I was gonna say Von George, but Shane, can I say something before we lose my train of thought?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think it
Go
already.
ahead.
I think it already
Go
did.
ahead.
Oh no, it didn't. Okay, going back to Annette and them, how they was talking all so highly of Naziah, like, oh, Naziah took very good care of her things and all this and that. From May 31st all the way up until June the 5th, she said she wasn't able to contact him because her phone was broke. But if Naziah, talked to Jarvis for all these years, it seemed like she have changed some numbers for quite some time. We never heard nothing like about the phone besides this one time about the phone being broken. How do we not know if Shannon was, she still was seeing all this stuff and Shannon broke that phone?
That's true.
Thinking that was going to stop Naziah from talking to him. Because they said she took good care of her things.
Yeah.
So how did the phone get broke? Because from the looks of it, not from the looks, from the sounds of it, I don't feel like she was dropping no phone, or you get what I'm saying. Somebody did something to mess up that phone, so she won't be in contact with somebody. Because y'all said she took good care of her stuff.
That's true, Keisha.
So that was all I was trying to say.
No, that's true.
4 seconds.
So just one more message down?
Yeah, just keep reading it.
Okay. 12:08, June 5th, he had sent to her, I'm at your house. At 12:09 and 4 seconds, she says, damn, we was just. Then immediately after that is another text that says, there. Then at 12:11, she sends him, you better not be in my room. At 12:12, she sends, I need another phone. At 12:13, she sends, I miss you.
Let me just stop this, y'all, because now she say to Jarvis, you better not been in my room, but according to, and I believe that Jarvis had been in her room, but according to Miss Annette, it was, oh, he don't come in, and when he come to the house, they go out to the car to meet Jarvis, and the only time Naziah is out there is when Shannon around. But why would, and this is to Miss Annette, why would Naziah text him that? You better not be in my room. Come on, Keisha.
Because that, to me, my opinion, it was a lie to try to save face for them as far as them foster kids. Knowing that he can't be around, he don't supposed to be around no kids unattended. I just felt like, she did that trying to save her face so she can continue to be a foster parent, or have it in the public's eyes as if, like, she was following the right protocols and stuff like that. It was all a lie. And then her lie came back and bit her on the behind, because we seen the video where he attended a party or whatever it was that he had attended. We seen that of him being in the house, and you so mad, oh, we supposed to be family, and you coming up in here all late and all this and that. Like, they just didn't think that this stuff was gonna blow the way that it did. She was just trying to save her face. That's it. That's all.
That's facts. Once again, that's why they want the content creators to let it go. But we ain't letting it go.
At 12:14, he sends her a message that says, I stole your panties.
Okay. And now were any of those messages deleted?
What type of ish is that to say to a 12-year-old girl? I stole your panties. Type of ish is that? Just a nasty man.
And Shannon, you tell him, and you allowing him to roam around all around y'all house and stuff like that, going up in these kids' room, messing with their stuff. Like you wasn't that cold, knocked out, or you wasn't doing nothing that busy to not keep your eyes up on somebody to know what they was doing. That's why I say Shannon had in on it too. So you telling me, oh, I'm in a house and I just get to open up all these doors, and or I'm open up this door and I get to go in this room, and you don't hear the door opening and saying like, hey, what you doing up in here? Or what you coming up in the children's room for?
Facts. Because she confronted him about them text messages.
No.
Now I want to go to June 16th. There's some highlighted messages there.
June 16th, 2023 at 2:50 a.m. and 25 seconds, she sends to Jarvis, "Didn't I make you come faster than ever?"
Who sent that message? I see you, brother NAZIYAH. Who sent that message? Was that NAZIYAH? Didn't I make you come? Or was that Shannon? Drop a 8. Drop a 8 if that was NAZIYAH. Drop a 9 if it was Shannon. I'm going to backtrack it.
Oh. 12:09 and 4 seconds.
So just one more message down?
Yeah, just keep reading.
Okay. 12:08, June 5th, he had sent to her, "I'm at your house." At 12:09 and 4 seconds, she says, "Damn, we was just," and immediately after that is another text that says, "There." Then at 12:11, she sends him, "You bet not be in my room." At 12:12, she sends, "I need another phone." At 12:13, she sends, "I miss you." At 12:14, he sends her a message that says, "I stole your panties."
And now, were any of those messages deleted?
No.
Now I want to go to June 16th. There's some highlighted messages there.
June 16th, 2023 at 2:50 a.m. and 25 seconds, she sends to Jarvis, "Didn't I make you come faster than ever?"
June the 16th, 2023. She sent the message. "Didn't I make you come faster than ever?" Appreciate this super chat, Murray. Don't show that picture again. No timeouts. Yes, Murray. Now, is that, and once again, y'all, please don't come for me, but is that text message from a fast 12-year-old, a grown 12-year-old, or is that message from Shannon? My opinion now, but I know what y'all going to say, and it's right, it's true. Y'all going to say, but Shank, she was groomed. But in my opinion, what 12-year-old know anything about making a man come? Y'all link if you want to join. Let me grab a comment from my replay again. I see you, Simba. Simba says, don't
Hello? Am I on here?
Yeah, come on, Simba.
Okay, I'm on here.
Yeah, go ahead, Simba.
Okay, so let me address something real quick because Fufu ain't gonna pick and choose on who she gonna come for. And I don't know if my comments from the other day touched the nerve because from what she stated, she don't even read the comments. It's too much. But since she came from me, I'm gonna give her what she want. Tell Fufu to bring her funky ass to the front.
Lord have
Now,
mercy.
I don't know your name like that, and I'm from a certain place to where we pronounce things a little different. So my bad if I got it wrong. But you can't sit up here and keep on talking about some respect and but you picking and choosing what to respect. You got up here and you've been disrespected too much, too many things. Some things that I'm not even gonna speak on, but we all see it. And I caught that slick remark last live. We caught multiple ones the night before last. You've been on one, sister. You've been on one. And for what? For what? Now, I stand by what I say, and I'm going to say this. Who sent you? Because clearly you for Jarvis the King, because you ain't for Naziah. You sat here and you defended child molesters and rapists like it was okay.
You
And
use the
then,
word inappropriate. Wait a minute, Simba. Don't you? Don't,
sorry.
yeah. Let me get Fofo up here.
Yeah,
Fofo,
bring her to the front.
come on the
And
panel.
hold on, I said,
Fofo.
ooh, hold on. I said, wow, is she talking to me? I had to stop back in with my car. I'm like, I don't know who this is, what I did. But I'm going back on mute, Miss
But
Simba.
I
Oh,
gotta
ooh, Lord.
finish punishing y'all and make sure y'all thank Simba for getting y'all on timeout because she used my word funky ass.
Oh
But
Lord.
yeah, just be careful with the words that you use, Simba.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Um,
Now
but yeah,
you just
so
you you just hold
go ahead.
on. Just hold on while I wait. You can stay up here, but just hold on until Fofo come up here because I at least okay. And ladies, please be respectful. All right. Fofo come up here because
Yeah, I'm gonna be respectful. I mean, but it's like you can't sit here and ask for respect and you being disrespectful. And you know how you being disrespectful. We're not even gonna speak on it. But but back to the Naziah situation. Okay, you've been on this live for the past couple of days, and I don't know if you talked or something, but the some of the stuff that you're saying is like I don't either you gaslighting us because you said that they was going when you talked about the cell phone, you said, well, maybe he wanted to put it in a safe spot. Is you cool? Is you, like you really thought that? Then, not to mention you talked about how attractive he is, whatever. I mean, at this point, you can't even to look at somebody like that. At this point, of all the innocent kids that he touched, like who sees anything else but a monster? I can't see no good in him, no matter how good people may think he look. Because all I see is a monster. Do you know how many victims is on here that's been through it? And then not to mention, Jarvis was a victim himself. But you carry your weight how you carry it. Either you gonna turn into a monster like your monster, or you gonna get your redemption. Okay. Next point. What you say? He got a out of the shower face? Like who says that?
Let me
Who
slide
says
in
that?
for a minute. Simba, let me slide in for a minute. Y'all make sure y'all thank Mary for getting the chat and the replay gang put on timeout. Shank, your funky ass started this. I'm always starting something. You hear me? I can't catch a break. No matter what I do, I'm always starting something. Lord have mercy. Appreciate this super chat, Trelane. Simba woke up and chose violence. Fofo, slide in.
I'm totally flabbergasted because first of all, hey Shank and chat, whoever you know, I guess want to hear
Simba.
from me
Simba.
and who else that don't want to hear from me too. How y'all doing? Anyway,
Hey.
first of all, Simba, I don't even remember any shooting you any type of disrespect or anything. I really don't even remember you being on here, and that's not being disrespectful. I just don't remember, maybe you
And
could
that's cool.
refresh
No,
my
the reason
memory
why
on
you
that.
don't
But
remember is because you say things
okay, Shane,
indirectly. Like if it's not directed, it's not
who
respected.
talking? Who
And
gonna talk?
I'm the one that was calling you foo foo. I know I was, and
Okay, well, my
went
name is
back and
not
looked.
Fufu.
So
It's
like I said,
what if I called your
and
name
but
in a
guess
different
what?
name?
But guess what? How you gonna pick something as small as this to call out, but you
Because that's my
missing
name.
all the other ish? You
Because that's
missing
my name. I
you
want to
missing
be
all
I want to be
okay.
addressed by my name.
Okay, well, let me address something. You sitting here, you throwing that one.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second.
Y'all thank Murray for getting y'all put on timeout. Boy, I can't win. I can't win for lose.
Okay, so now what now I'm trying to understand what is your problem again with me? Cuz you saying a few things that I did not say. You put some words in my mouth. Hello?
Go ahead and speak, Fofo. She up here. She
Okay,
probably.
okay. Well, first of all, okay, Shank. I don't know. I have no idea why somebody or anybody on this chat seem to think that I am taking up for Jarvis or King as far as being a molester or messing with kids and stuff like that. First of all, Shank asked me a question. How do I think, in my opinion, is, I guess, how do Jarvis look? He didn't say that if I knew if I knew that he was a molester, what would I still talk to him?
Use inappropriate touching. Appreciate this super chat, coffee girl. Y'all gonna stay on
Okay, but
timeout.
what I'm trying to say is,
hold
he
up,
asked me
Fofo.
how he looked.
Hold up,
And I
Fofo.
said he's an attractive guy.
Hold up, Fofo. Appreciate this super chat, coffee girl. Yo funky ass should check credit before letting peeps up there. I'm gonna just keep this infamous picture of Jarvis stable of women up here because y'all cutting the fool today. Come on, Fofo. Come on, Fofo.
Okay, so I don't know how I ended up being the poster child for Jarvis and King, when all I was just trying to say was, and I keep standing on this, that his timeline, I believe the way his timeline went. What else do I have to say to keep standing up for myself? Because that's all I said. I never said I was in love with no Jarvis. And who sent me? I sent myself. I've been watching this. Ain't nobody sent me nowhere. And second of all, I don't. Shank asked me how do he look, and I wasn't the only person that said that he was a nice looking guy. But now that we all know, now that I know that he is a molester, I mean, he is a mess with kids or whatever. He's an SAer, and of course, I said I wouldn't talk to him, but I said this is what I said when if I was to meet him and I didn't know nothing about that. Who wouldn't think if that's their type? You can't get mad at a person. And I said out the shower. That's something that I say. I've been saying that in my life forever. Okay, so that's a statement. That's an inside joke with me and my friends and sisters and everything like that. So I don't see why would you have a problem with a statement like that. And thirdly, okay, well, I mean, it don't matter to me. I don't care. I don't care who don't think he is a nice looking guy. Just be real. If that's not your type of guy, that's not your type of guy. Jarvis is not my type of guy, period, because of what he is. Not because of his face. And I already said that he was the type of guy I would go to back in the day, back in my younger days. Now, no, I wouldn't go for him if he was not a SAer. And she said something else that I definitely did not say, that you made up. And talking about respect, you just want to my name is not Fufu, so I can address anybody if you're not going to call me by the way I want to be called. Now, if you like Shank messing up a name, okay, that's understandable. But by you saying the Fufu like that, to me, that's being disrespectful to me on purpose. So
and let me just say this before I let Sweet Tea come in. Let me just say this.
Thank you, Dimple Pop.
Hold tight, Fofo. Fofo is not the only one that feels the way she feels. There are plenty of women that do say Jarvis is attractive. There are plenty of women that have said that they would have dated Jarvis. There are plenty of women that feel like King didn't have any knowledge of what was going on. They felt like he may have told a lie or two, but Fofo, she isn't the only one that feels that way. Let me let Sweet Tea come in. And y'all let me just do this, y'all, because y'all cutting up the day with this funky ass. Look, I ain't even saying funky ass today. I'm putting y'all funky asses on punishment for the rest of this demonstration. Come on there, Sweet Tea.
Oh, so what's the question? I was fooling around trying to get the camera set up. I've been hitting you up on Instagram, so I finally got me a tablet so I could join y'all because it'd be so interesting. But I've been following.
Who are you on Instagram? Thais?
Yeah, or Nicole. I think it was Nicole sending you a lot of.
Okay, because what happens is y'all names will be different. Shank Housewives of Detroit. Y'all leave me alone. Y'all ain't no good today. Y'all ain't no good. Let me hold up, Sweet Tea. Margo gonna holler. Shank Housewives of Detroit. I'm done with y'all today. Look, go ahead, Sweet Tea. Go ahead.
They got you toe up.
Yeah.
Back in the day, light skin came in for a little bit. It did come in for a little bit. We was liking the light skin, but just that, we all know his report card, so that's what make him look terrible. I mean, somebody have looks. It's on the skin, but if the inside is ugly and they intentions are ugly and everything they, live for is ugly, just trying to trick and deceive people and hurt kids, that makes you ugly. It make you gonna look at a person way different. Like, nah, this ninja right here, and this one ain't gonna go. So I mean, he not just like turn around and like, ooh, I've seen some brothers, but no, I think they said he got a bunch of teeth problems, and that's why he's. So I think if he came up talking with all that old slow talk, he'd be like, no.
I
But
won't even
back
ask. I won't even ask that question no more. I'm not even going to ask y'all that question no more. That's how we going to put it into that. But go ahead, Nicole, Sweet Tea. Look,
so what's the
make sure
question?
y'all got the same names on Instagram that y'all got on YouTube. I don't know who the hell I be talking to. Come on, Sweet Tea, Nicole. Come on. Y'all done gave my funky ass a headache today. Come on, Sweet Tea.
I just set it up, but it's so sexy slim, I believe, on Instagram. And I was sending you a lot of stuff and said I wanted to start being a YouTuber. You said you could help that refresh your memory. But yeah, it's just that. So what's the question besides jobs? We don't care about jobs. We can put him up on the stake right about now. Put him on
The
fire. It's
the
just his
mess.
hair and his mixed, his mixed or whatever. But other than that, I don't think he got nothing going.
The
He probably don't
question was, Lord. The question was,
screen
did did
impression.
oh, did Shannon
You
send
got
them text message?
okay. Well,
Go ahead.
I think she sent some. At first, I think she sent some, but some of them is Naziah. A lot of them is Naziah because I think like for us, her saying you like them big or little. She see him being around her sometimes, so she just trying to make sure he gonna say I like him. Look, she just getting confirmation. I think that's her. I think a lot of that stuff is her. She been around them talking nasty in that house. They all been nasty and sexual and just doing so much stuff. Easy for a younger person that loves it. She know how to do TikTok. She know how to dance and twirl it and spin it and drop it. Now she's smart. They said she's straight A student. So I think she can probably get on his level. His level ain't that high. She can text with him on his level. He ain't that very high.
Let me slide in. Wait a minute, Miss T. Sandy says, I feel like people are purposely trying to misinterpret Fofo's words. I understand what she's saying. And Toot says, Jarvis isn't an ugly guy all the time, but no one says a word when she says it. Shout out to Toot.
Yeah, shout out to two. And that is true. Thank you, Sandy Cheeks, because I feel like just because I came on here with a different opinion and well, just a different perspective. And also, like I've been watching, that doesn't mean that somebody sent me. I'm first of all, you don't even know the type of person that I am to even say who sent you and all that stuff. It's comical to me to even have somebody to talk this much about me. I was just getting done with one of my clients and I was like, okay, dang, I miss Shank Rock. Let me go in here. And all of a sudden I hear foo go across the screen. I said, oh hell no. Let me get right on up in here. Somebody got it out for me. And you said you're not even telling the truth. Oh no, I gotta clear my name up. We gotta clear this up, okay? Because I don't appreciate that.
Let me clear this up. Hold up. Let me clear this up. Amma says Toot never said that till he got a haircut. We say he just had a touch of good hair. Let me just say this because I fucks with Toot, and there's no disrespect to Toot. Let's leave Toot name out of this as far as whether or not Toot says Jarvis is handsome. Two can send me a shot. Y'all got me even messing up easy words. Y'all done plucked my funky ass nerves today. When I tell y'all, I'm gonna get y'all funky asses. But Two can clear that up. But y'all got on my goddamn. I want y'all to know, y'all got on my goddamn nerves today. Come on, Fofo.
And then another thing too, if I ever met Jarvis in person and he came up on me with some teeth messed up, oh no, that would definitely be I wouldn't even get to nothing else. And first of all, I'm gonna look at his shoes to see what kind of shoes he got on, and that's gonna tell me everything I need to know about him. I'm a seasoned woman, so I could tell a nigga when he is good, he owns some BS. I'm old enough now to understand who and what I'm dealing with. So, like I said, Jarvis was the type of look, his actual look, light skin, curly hair. Yes, I did like that type of guy. Now, did it go any further than that? After that, I'm going to pay attention to your personality and how you treat me, how you carry yourself. So, I mean, and if I got any word that this person even hang around somebody that do something like that, I'm going to judge you from that, and I'm not going to mess with you like that. Because I have a son, and I have nieces, nephew, god, kids, a grandson, everything. So I'm not with nobody messing with nobody's kids or nothing like that. So just because I said Jarvis was he's a nice looking guy. That's obvious when you look at a person. But also, let me tell you this, Ted Bundy was a very nice, handsome man, and he was a serial killer. And that's how he was able to finesse, serial unaliver. And you know what I'm saying? So look, I ain't trying to date him, okay? I ain't trying to date him. Somebody asked me a question, I answered it, and that's the end of it. I'm not addressing that anymore because, like I said, we was on here last night, and whoever that was Simba that was talking about me. It was more than one person last night that said that he was a nice looking guy, just off of sight. Now, I never, she act like I said, yeah, but I would give him a chance. I don't care about that. Like I was on that. I was not on that at all. Period. As far as King goes, the more I watch, let me say this.
Appreciate this super chat, Kobe girl. Shank messed my name up too. He calls me troublemaker, and I'm an angel. Fofo is entitled to think that ugly man is good looking. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, he don't look. It's still not going to change the way he look, but it will change if a person will deal with you or not. It's no way I could be no Shannon. Ain't no way I could be no Shannon and sit up there and have fat kids with him. I don't care about nothing. I don't care how much money you trying. I don't care, and I don't even think that he gives me the type of guy that let women take care of him, because he always in somebody else's car, somebody else's house. He don't even, you know what I'm saying? He is nowhere near the type of guy that I would date, honey. I'm from Detroit, and that is not my kind of caliber of guy. Okay, so let me get that straight. And third, nobody sent me. The Lord that said, why don't you call in today? That's who sent me. I ain't no yes woman. I ain't no do no dirty work person. I ain't nothing like that. I'm just watching just like everybody else. And I just so happen to be from Detroit. And I don't know them. They're from another side of town. Not like I don't know nobody on the east side. I just don't know them. They're a little younger than me anyway, so they would run in my crowd. That's not the caliber I run with anyway, sweetheart. So next time somebody say something with Fofo name in it, say it right and come correct.
Appreciate this super sticker, Mari. So this is where we've got. This is how we've got to where we're at now. All right, for people that may not understand or may not know. All right, Fofo, along with others, they do have a different opinion. They do have a different perspective. Now, as far as me, this is how I run my platform. Each content creator runs their platforms different. This is how I run my platform. I love the engagement. I love the different perspectives because that keeps the open mind of conversations. And then that just keeps, because even Fofo with her different perspective, when her and Miss Parker was dialoguing, Miss Parker was able to point out things to Fofo in the transcript that Fofo wasn't aware of. So we're all here to teach each other about the case. Now, I do allow y'all to go back and forth. I do allow y'all to have y'all different opinions. The chat, I can't control what is said in the chat now. But on the panel, when you're on the panel, just be respectful. Now, for anybody that joins my panel, I can't stop the chat from coming for y'all. As y'all can see, this funky ass chat of mine even comes for me. So, hey, play at your own risk when you come up on the panel. But I think that it's a interesting way of doing things because you have different opinions. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Fofo, I've asked her who sent her. She said nobody. I've asked her, was she King's wife, baby mother, girlfriend? Look, I done it all. But one of y'all come in, y'all. I'm gonna get the chat. This so everybody in that damn chat, I'm coming for y'all. Y'all got me.
It's amazing to me how you can say one thing and then a numerous of people can just run with just run with something that you said. Everybody misinterpret the things that I've been saying, even though I'm clearly stating everything that I have been saying. Even when I was when Miss Parker said some part about the what he said on the stand, and I looked back at it, and I owned up, took accountability to say, well, hey, I was wrong, So I mean, but don't put no words in my mouth that I did not say at all. I didn't say whatever. I can't even think, because I'm like, Simba. I'm like, I don't even remember that. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't remember saying anything other than trying to take up for myself about my name. Just simple as that.
Simba, come back up on the panel. Let me drop the link. Simba, come back up on the panel.
Because I think if she gonna say something to me, she might need to go one by one of the things that she got a problem with, and we can get down to the bottom of it. Because hey, I don't remember she was saying so much. It's just like I can't address it because I don't, I'm not taking record. Ain't no court reporter on this live, so ain't no transcripts for this.
Hey, I'm here.
All right.
Okay, hi.
Go ahead, Fofo and Simba.
What's the first thing that you want to address me about?
I already did.
No. I'm talking about, like, to me, because I wasn't on here able to speak up for myself.
You was on here.
I'm just talking about just now.
Like what? Like no.
Tell me what your issues are. You know what they are.
You just said I lied. Lied about what? I addressed everything. Clearly, you got something to address.
I'm trying to address what you said. If you got a problem with me, you shouldn't have no problem with saying what you said before.
Are you slow? Because clearly you just said I'm putting words in your mouth. What words?
You tell me.
You just be talking to be talking. You just be talking to be talking.
And what you just talking
And if
now.
you
So
ain't
I
talking,
mean, you're not
you
addressing
ride
me
the
with
set.
anything.
Girl, go
Now I'm
bye.
here.
Girl, bye. Bye.
Okay, so
Because
I
you
guess
doing
we
too
don't have a
much. You
problem
doing too
then. I
much.
guess you
You
addressed
just talking to
everything
be
you need to
talking.
address.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Tell it to
okay.
King,
Have
to
a good day.
Jarvis, or
Cause
to
I'm not
whoever
gonna
got the
I'm
out of
not
the
gonna sit
shower
up
look.
here.
The fuck? I mean, sorry. Um,
Girl, it is not that serious.
it ain't.
Okay, so then
But
why you
clearly
going
you
through it? Why you
bothered.
going through it like
I
that? It's
said
not that
what I
serious.
got to say. I
I'm saying,
mean,
but what you
now
saying is
what? I
untrue.
mean,
You
you
won't even
just
repeat
so
what you
what?
said.
Okay,
Stand
let's
10
move.
toes
Let's move.
down.
Let's
Stand
let's
10 toes down on
let's
it.
move past
Repeat
it.
what you said.
If you ain't, what did I say? I said what I had to
What
say.
did
Run
you
it back.
say? I'm here to address it. I was
What
in the
did I
middle of
say?
getting
Yeah,
to
you
the
slow.
live.
Well,
In the middle
no,
of your
you was in the
conversation.
middle of whatever you was in the middle of
I was in the
in
middle of getting
Detroit.
on here. So I
Shit, I would
wasn't
have
paying
took that to
attention
my
to other than
grave.
foo-foo.
The hell?
So I'm like,
Like,
okay, then you said something else. So I'm saying refresh
you
my
know what?
memory on
You
what you
right.
said.
Foo-foo is
So
a
if you're gonna say
delicacy.
something about me that you're talking about me, so stand 10 toes down. If it was the
You
other way
like a poor
around
man's
and I
steak.
clearly had a
What?
problem with somebody, I'm gonna sit up there and repeat exactly what I got a problem with. Other than that, I'm just gonna stay to I'm gonna land my plane.
All right, foo-foo. Hear me out.
My name is
Now,
Fofo.
so why you ain't have all that energy last night when it was other people debating with you?
I said that about everybody.
Or
Okay, my
any
name is
night. Why you
Fofo.
always
What is the
here?
problem with me
Shank.
saying
How come every time
first of all,
she
I
has
only
a
answer to
difference
my name,
in
okay?
something, we
Because
all
I think it's
that's what
very
you cover?
condescending for a
Like,
person to
it's
keep saying foo
irritating.
foo and
Just
they know
because
that's
she
not my name.
say,
All right, y'all. Y'all stay where y'all at, okay? Let me get some order around here. All right. Let's tap back into these messages, and I'm gonna bring y'all. I'm gonna bring y'all back up. Just give me a second. This chat is just I'm gonna have a field day with this chat. All right. Just so y'all know in the chat, I'm gonna have a field day. All right. But let's get back to these text messages. I'm gonna bring y'all back up. Give me a second.
On June 17th at 8:59 and 06 seconds, she sends, Jarvis, I'm sorry for making you mad, but do you ever think how I feel knowing that I can't have you to myself, but you have me to yourself, and no, I'm not seeing anybody else, I swear.
All right. Now, is that coming from a grown woman or is that coming from a child? You got me to yourself. This is NAZIYAH. You got me to yourself, but I don't have you to myself. And then she ends it with, I swear, I'm not talking, I'm not messing with nobody else. I can't fabric a 12-year-old child talking like this. Now, I could be wrong, and I'm quick to say I could be wrong. I just don't think that message right there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Shank Rock is green. Maybe I'm being naive. And if I am, I'll take that. I'll take that. All these messages are from NAZIYAH. Maybe I'm being green. Maybe I'm being naive. And I can take that. I can't fabric a 12-year-old, and I know. But Shank, she was groomed. She was groomed, Shank. I'm going to bring y'all back up. Give me a second. I'm going to bring y'all back up.
And were either of those deleted?
No.
Now I want you to go down on the page to June 23rd. And there's a set that are highlighted.
Yes. June 23rd, 2023 at 23:54 hours, she sends a message to Jarvis. The letter U, then you going to hit it from the back again with question marks?
That might be because she's been groomed. The inappropriate touching has been taking place. So that you're gonna hit it from the back. That could possibility be her. I think it was from her. That could. This is a. Let me.
At the next day, which is now June 24th at 19:11 hours, he sends her a message that says, "Send me some pictures, please." At 19:20, she replies, "Don't you still got the other pics?" At 19:47, he replies to that and says, "No." At 20:19 hours, she sends to him, "I will send some."
And now moving through to June 26th. There's a set highlighted there. Oh wait, sorry. First, those ones that you just read, were those deleted?
Yes.
Okay. Now moving to June 26th.
June 26, 2023 at 16:31 hours, she sends a message to Jarvis that says, "Call me when you have time." At 16:33 hours, he replies back to her, "I want some pussy." At 16:33 hours and 50 seconds, she replies back to him, "You can have some." At 16:39 hours and 41 seconds, he replies to NAZIYAH, "When?" At 16:49 hours and 28 seconds, she sends to Jarvis, "Whenever you come get me." At 21:16 hours, she sends to Jarvis, "Call me, want to tell you something, SUM." At 21:24 hours, she sends a message to Jarvis that says, "You can get some today." At 21:24 hours, she sends another message that says, "You can get some pussy today."
And were any from that set deleted?
Yes, all of them.
All of them. Okay. Now moving to June 27th. There's stuff that's highlighted. Can you read those, please?
Yes. June 27th at 7:55 UTC. There is a incoming call to NAZIYAH from Jarvis that is listed as a missed call, and the name on here that she has this number saved is Bae for Life, BAE, the number 4, and then life. Then at 7:56, he sends her a text that says, "Are you naked yet?" At 7:58, she replies to him and says, "No, I don't want to get naked." At 7:59, she replies, "Are you mad that I didn't get naked?" At 8:01 hours, he sends to her, "I used to you telling me no." At 8:06, still on June 27th, he sends her a message that says, "Come on, babe, I'm sorry, just not in the mood right now, I'm sorry."
Okay. And were those messages deleted?
Yes.
Okay. Now, jumping to it's a little later in the day on June 27th, there's a set highlighted.
So on June 27th, now at 16:24 hours, he sends her a message that says, "But I can't nut inside you, so it's different." At 16:25, she replies, "Why you can't? Didn't you do it before?" At 16:25 and 40 seconds, he replies, "But I had to buy a pill to do so." At 16:26, she replies to him, "Yeah, you right." At 16:26, 28 seconds, she sends, but what you doing, but it's abbreviated WYD. At 16:28 and 45 seconds, she sends to him, are you busy? With a question mark. And those were deleted.
Thank you.
Maybe I've been naive, yo. Maybe I've been green. Miss Sweet Tea, do you think that these messages was sent from NAZIYAH? Do you think a 12-year-old could send these kind of messages?
Yeah. And the reason when she was saying about you want to hit it from the back, he's probably said to her in person. He probably asked her, "You gonna let me hit it from the back?" Because truly, I've had people, a guy ask me, they will ask us that. They not bashful. So if they ask a grown woman, they sure he manipulated her like she thinking that if she don't do it how he wanted or when he wanted, she won't get to see him. So I think he asked her that sometimes. Men are not bashful about what they wanted. So I think she suggested she thinks she's enticing him. But one thing that I thought about the whole time is when I think he's been tricking her, like making her think that the grandmother don't know, and he's like been making her feel like you don't want her to find out, and she knowing the whole time. I think he's been running a play on her, and making her think that she's gonna get in trouble if she don't do this and that for him. But it was a medium because it's been a few meetings. I think it was Tammy, and was saying that uh, when I said tricking him, to lost my thought. But I think he has said a lot of stuff to her, and she just regurgitated it back to him, thinking that this is what he likes. So I'm gonna say this, back around her. She think he, like he said, he was playing them games with her. Wouldn't answer her call for a few days, and then she want to say, "Are you mad at me?" That sounds like a kid would say, "Are you mad at me?" I think she would say that, and I think the whole time Shannon was playing the game with them, making her think that it was a secret from the grandmama, but it was never a secret. She was cool with it because that's why she said, "Let me ask my mama, can she go?" She didn't ever have to ask her nothing. She let Shannon handle it. Shannon was bringing back some money to their grandmama. They were taking that girl to the hotel, and they were selling her and filming it, and that's where all them gigabytes come from. My whole theory. That's what is gigabytes. They're filming it, and when people say that they don't think that uh, King have nothing to do with it, he could have been the cameraman all of it. But one of the mediums said that a girl was chased in the hotel. The King had a girl in the hotel, and I think it was supposed to be a white girl. But it said King had a girl and Shannon was after something. So I think Shannon is the one that brings the girls to the hotel. That's why I say that you don't see her. She's bringing the property girls. All he got to do is go pay for the room. Shannon brings the girls there. She's like the middle person. Just like how P. Diddy had people bring girls. It's like, they have somebody bring them. Frank is the one that they pay that gets the film. He getting the money out the film. Job is getting the petty money out of them paying him to have sex with him. And I just thought about what Mimi said. All those people come from the halfway house, they come out and they coming over there and they just running in and out of there. No cleaning up was done. That's just code word. Everybody got code words. Back in the speaking and creeping, it was always a code word. The code word is cleaning the shop. Let me see if do you need me? When do you need me? Therefore, you got a fellow. Do we got somebody? They saying, do you need them at the top? That's do you need me to come and have sex with? Do you got somebody? It's never. Even when that place was trashed, it looked like it's never been cleaned up. I think that just was cold word that they're trying to clean it up for the judge. They know it was never no cleaning up. It was a cleaning up, and it was them making money off them young girls. And I think Shannon thought he was just recruiting her, and then all along she probably said, "You want this baby?" And you don't know this guy. And I think she told her, "Her baby died." She probably brought it up, and that's why she snapped, because she said she told her that it's going to. And Shannon, I think, thought she was getting along, just pimping her, and it backfired on her. Now you just pimp because he liked her, and she know it. And when she said that, and she read that, it confirmed it for her. That's when she started talking about, "Oh, Ramon, now I see you've been blind all along, because Ramon ran a game on her just like he ran the game on Zion, and like you run them on everybody else." She's so stupid to put her daughter in the mix of it, and her little daughter go up there too. They all need to go up under the jail. Her and her mama need to go under the jail. The mama was she ain't
Let me
got no
let
type.
let me let me let Fofo come in and answer this question, and I'm gonna come back to you, Sweet Tea, with your final word. Street T says, "I'm sorry. I usually mind my business, but I honestly don't see what Fofo did wrong. She just giving her opinion on the case. Everybody have their opinion. Everybody have their own opinion on what they think happened, and that's facts. And I love Shank and Miss Parker, but in my opinion, Fofo just have her own opinion on the case. And that's facts. And that's why I allow Fofo and I allow plenty of people to come on the panel when they disagree with the majority of us, because that's how I'm able to get a different perspective of things. And then I'm able to see things that I miss. And I'll be like, damn, I missed that. Coming to you, Fofo, in your opinion, Shannon sent all of them messages. I mean, did NAZIYAH send all of the messages, or did Shannon send some of them?
NAZIYAH sent all the messages. Every last one. And she talks like that because that's how she's a little girl. She's now being active. You get what I'm saying? So all of that starts changing the way you think, the way you move, the way you everything about yourself. So not only is she just 12 in the mind, to me, to be honest, this is my real opinion. I think that NAZIYAH was more grown than Jarvis. Cause she was like, "Why don't you go upstairs and go up there?" Cause she got an attitude. Give her some, blah 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 blah. So it's like now you saying now did Shannon say that? No, I don't think that Shannon just keep taking her phone and just I'ma say this and then she gonna say this. No, NAZIYAH every time that it was communicated to Jarvis, it was every last bit was from NAZIYAH. And on top of that, these little kids, like even me, I have a phone that's not on, but I use it for my music. And sometimes I can text on it too if you got an iPhone. So I think that and all you gotta do is hook it up to the internet, and there you go, you got a phone. So the grandmother said NAZIYAH don't even have a phone. Then Shannon said, "Well, I let her use my phone." Then she got a tablet. She got all these different ways to communicate, but nobody is actually saying yes, NAZIYAH had a phone. But then the grandmother said, "Oh, well, I took her phone, I took her tablet a few times from her because I guess she wasn't doing what she's supposed to do. But she was always this, but she was also a sweet girl and never mess with nobody or wasn't a problem." So the grandmother talking inconsistencies. Shannon just lie and just she acting like she don't know nothing. She acting like a person that don't know nothing. And then the fact that when they had the last court date, Shannon was there in the courtroom on Jarvis' side. Like, what is that about? Now, I didn't see that. I was not in the courtroom, people. I am just going off of what I actually heard somebody say. This is hearsay. This ain't no real courtroom. that's what was going on from what the person that was actually in the courtroom said. So my thing is this whole thing, and I do believe Sweet Tea is was saying she was bringing up some good points too. So I said some things to say, hey Shank Rock, hey, check a look at this. Maybe this part might be the what maybe but be somewhat of the truth. But then Sweet Tea had me thinking like, dang, because I didn't have no answers of how do you get into the part of how did she even become missing or the red rum? So we was like blank on that last night. So now Sweet Tea is like kind of putting her spin on it so we can kind of, start going in that direction. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we all ain't gonna know nothing until the trial. So
Yeah.
everything we doing is just speculating. Seriously. I don't know nothing because I don't know these people. I don't have nothing to do with this. Period. And I'm tired of saying that. And please don't say that no more because I don't have nothing to do with it. Period. Never knew nothing about this.
I
Any
take
any
different
last? Let me come to Sweet
people.
Tea. Any last words before we get out of here, Sweet Tea?
It's just that I watch different ones and some of those mediums, like Tammy, that what's her name? Roxy was following and stuff that they were seeing. And she was saying that Naziah was saying is significant to her coat. Something had to do with her coat. She was showing her mama and a man. The man had a bunch of money, and she said her mama don't love her. I think the mama knows too. Her mama just don't want to be on camera, don't want to be on nothing. I think she did a little pimping too, uh, to get drugs, and I think it had to do with something about a man with the significant other coat, and that was Tammy, uh, the median, and so I think a little bit of all of them got a little something to do with it, but it's probably not all on that day. I think it's been here and there. They all used her in some sort of day, and that's why it's not just jobbers that need to go down. But when it's gonna be exposed, all these different people done different little things at different times. They use this girl, and it's pathetic. All pathetic. They've used her for their own little whatever. No, the mama used her for drugs. The uncle, he was paying the grandma, paying her bills, they said. The uncle that had her in that hotel, he needs to go to jail too. Uh, it's just crazy. I think they all use her. And at the end, my part is what I want to know, what I want to find out is something got to do with that sister coming by there on that day. And the way I think she tried to tell them that she was there, it could be to cover herself. Cause I keep wondering, well, did she pick up? And then maybe the people in Ypsilanti are lying that she came by there, but she said it was dark. So maybe the sister picked her up, and her car finally came in that bay, and Naziah is gone. So I just wonder so much if I just wonder about that sisters. That's something we're gonna find out at the end. But
What
she
sister?
job the sister when she said she was there that day at the shop to look at her car looked at. As
Oh,
soon as
okay.
she ran down there and told him herself, "Well, I was there." So I'm thinking, okay, so what if she thought they seen her in the store and Naziah went in the store that day, but Naziah was never seen again. So what if she tried to beat them to the punch and. So when she's in that courtroom, she's telling Jarvis she's sorry because she was supposed to be in there to help him, make it look like, I think her case, she was supposed to be helping him in the case, but when she couldn't remember everything, somebody else was saying, well, maybe she could have took like a volume, something to calm her nerve. And I think she couldn't remember everything how she's supposed to said it, and she was sorry that she couldn't get it together. I think that's maybe what she's sorry about, and she know that that's gonna mess him up. But I think if she's in the ring too, maybe she's sorry that he got to take the fall, and she just sorry he got to go back. But she probably like, I'm gonna cover myself. He made have asked her to pick her up because he may wanted to have desire. So I just think that Shannon did jump on her when she came back. She called Jarvis, you better come and get her and clean this up. He came back and got her. And if the sister didn't take away, I think Shannon jumped on her in the house and he came to help her to get her away from the house. But
But at the
All right.
end of the night, Jarvis
Wait a minute.
had ended.
Wait a minute, Fofo, because we got to get out of here. Appreciate
Okay.
your last words, Sweet Tea, and I'll see you later on. All right. Appreciate you, Sweet Tea. Hit me up on Instagram. Can I get everybody to give Sweet Tea, Nicole? I don't know. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Can get everybody to give her a round of applause? That was her first time coming up, and it ain't easy coming up here on this panel.
No,
Any last words? Go. Any last words, Fofo?
Yeah, the last thing I'm just gonna say is I just want to focus on getting down to that next part where we left off at last night, talking about the actual thing that happened after she was last seen. You know, we haven't really, got into them details. And then also, and I'm a land here. Jarvis, like I said, Jarvis did a lot of stuff that same night. Then he went to that, and what became so odd is that he was driving his truck all day, and then he went to go to his one of the baby mama's house to go get her car. And it's like, then the next day when the baby mama was up there at the shop, she seen NAZIYAH. Well, it wasn't the next day because King said he didn't go to work the next day. So whenever that was, she had her glasses was in that car. So she was in that car at some point that night. So he didn't just drop her off and then we went on about his business. I believe something happened, and then he had to come back and finish the job or help them out. Yep, because okay, I'm landing now. That he had to help. He had to help because they had already tried that antifreeze stuff and it didn't work. So I just want to throw that in there, and I'm gonna land my plane.
All right, appreciate you, Fofo. Can I get everybody to give Fofo a round of applause? Like I said, and I'll say it again, it ain't easy coming up here on the panel. Even when you agree with everybody, it still ain't easy. Even for the actual content creator, it don't be easy for me to come up here because I got so much that I got to focus on. I got so much that I got to keep in order. I got to focus on the chat. I got to focus on my audio messing up. I got to focus on people constantly sending me DMs. Constantly. Now, sometimes people do send me good information, but I got to see what's good information and what's not good information. It's a lot that I have to, as a content creator, that I have to focus on and maintain. So I just want us to appreciate all of the content creators. Also appreciate everybody that joins us on our panels and the subscribers as well, because y'all help with the case. Remember, before I leave, everybody's opinion is welcome over here. Everybody's perspective is welcome over here. If you've been in the bushes and if you want to come out of the bushes, come on out. If you want to come up on the panel and give it a try, come on and give it a try. Even if you disagree with Shank Rock, even if you disagree with the majority of the chat, it's okay. It's okay because your opinion, your perspective on the NAZIYAH Harris case just maybe a perspective that could possibly piece together this jigsaw puzzle that we got going on. So don't feel intimidated and don't feel like your opinion won't be taken in consideration. I'll be back at 10 p.m. I'm going to do the 10 p.m. on the main channel. All right. I'll probably post it maybe like around 5 or 6. That way y'all can get y'all information together. I'm not sure exactly what tonight's demonstration is going to be about, but I'll probably post it around 6, and that way you all will know what it's about. I'm probably going to do it on NAZIYAH's last moments. As far as King, he said that he left Jarvis and NAZIYAH at 8:45. And then you have Kim Worthy say that Jarvis checked into the hotel at 9, and NAZIYAH was never seen after that. So give me some time to figure out exactly what I want to do the demonstration on. Salute everybody, and I'll leave the chat running, and you all can hang around.
Now, jumping forward to June 28th.
June 28th, so this next set in here, they're all sent from NAZIYAH to Jarvis.
Yes.
And they start at 17:10 on June 28th, 2023. And it starts off as Bay, I didn't go see nobody. I swear I came straight back. At 17:11, my friend lived right down the street. She didn't answer, so I came back and went to sleep. The next message, Babe, please, I'm sorry. Immediately after that, she says, I didn't sneak out for nobody, I swear. 17:12, 58 seconds, she says, I know you having a rough day, but I swear I'm not lying. At 17:14, she says, Babe, please, I swear I didn't go see no niggas. 17:14, she says, I don't talk to nobody but you. 17:15, she says, I was only out for 5 or 10 minutes. I came straight back. 17:15 and 56 seconds. You didn't respond to none of my messages, so I thought you were asleep, so I went to sleep. 17:17. Why won't you believe anything I tell you? I'm not like other girls. There is no need for me to lie to you. 17:18. You said I'm all yours, but you acting like it. You are overthinking it. I just want to be yours.
I like to place an order. Yeah. Hey, let me get a chicken box and a half and half. All right, good looking out.
Tinted window screaming after law out my mouth. I'm switching lanes from up north to down south. Then everybody trying to figure how I put it down. I took my show on the road straight out of town. Pee-wee is my nigga, so you know I brought some crooks with me.
1998, they tried to throw the book at me.
Tell me what you see every time you take a look at me. A straight P, I only be where the hookers be. A old head, but still can pull any fly chick. One thing's for sure, you never see me ride a nigga dick. I got a thoroughbred who loves to call me pretty daddy. Through Alabama, getting hit in a pink caddy when I come through. Everybody knows me, the young niggas love me. They call me they OG. Go and do your homework about the shit that I spit. They gon' tell you that nigga Shank is legit. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. Switching lane. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm
switching lane.
I eat a chicken box before I play a game of spades.
Can I get some ketchup?
Half is sweet tea mixed with lemonade. Some brown liquor with a coke to sharpen up my skills. I switch lanes cause I only fuck with the real. Now she's a winner, so I got to keep her on my team. Plus I'm a real one, so I never ever sell her dreams. You wanna know if I'll quit or if I'll stop? But they say it ain't over till your casket drops. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.
A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes.
When I'm switching lane.